Welcome everyone to Divine Astrology, August 2022. I'm Sara Wiseman. These are our monthly channeled forecasts. I usually channel them a couple months ahead, so it's always interesting to see what happens in that month. And please subscribe. That's really the best way to make sure that you're going to know when the next channeled forecast comes along. So, Divine Astrology, August 2022, pain is a misbelief. There are a few things that you will need to understand as you move into this new, lighter, less dense, more joyful reality. The first is that you don't need to hold pain. Pain isn't something that is meant to be kept. It is a momentary feeling that is meant as a warning or protection for you, an alert system, if you will. However, somewhere in your history, you began to think of pain as punishment that must be endured, pain as punishment for wrongdoing or sin. We say there is no sin. There are only souls working on soul lessons. The early stages of soul understanding are quite primitive and may be filled with undesirable actions. There may be violence, cruelty, harm. There is power and punishment as a way to retain that power. However, these are old views. These were incorrect at the beginning, and they are archaic now. So when you feel pain, suffering, despair in your mind, know that these are misbeliefs. You do not need to hold on to this. It doesn't belong to you or you or you. In fact, it doesn't belong to any of you. It's all misbelief, a mirage that does not really exist. You can release it, or you can simply stop believing in it. So many of you hold on to pain as if it is necessary or important, but it is not. Pain, suffering, these are ways of helping open you to what is actually possible, which is no pain and no suffering. This applies to mental suffering, which is really the biggest issue that humans face. It also applies to physical suffering, which is simply quickly resolved when collective soul begins to work together. There is no reason for physical suffering on the planet when souls help each other. There is no reason for mental suffering on the planet when souls realize holding pain is misbelief. When the understanding changes, the suffering floats away. You look back over your shoulder and you cannot even believe it was there. How was it that you were in this dimensional state, this mental fog, this house of smoke and mirrors that is mental suffering? Why did you live there so long? How did you get there in the first place? What did it all mean? It meant very little. It was a bardo place, and the purpose of the place was not to experience anything of importance. The place itself was important, and the journey out of it was important. It is not what happened in the bardo of suffering, but how you decided to come out of the fog into the light. The importance of the soul lesson is to release despair. It is deciding to leave the gray fog of despair. It is deciding to leave. When you leave that world, the gritty, gray, suffering world of physical and mental pain, you come to a new land. This is where you have arrived and are arriving even now. I'm Sara Wiseman. You've been listening to Divine Astrology, August 2022. Please subscribe. If you'd like to find out more, you can always find me at sarawiseman.com.